guys, this is Ackleyattack4427 here with a brand new thoughts video for all of you guys, and yeah, thankfully I'm not tired and sleepy like I was in the last thoughts video that I did on Tick Tick Boom this time. Yeah, looks like, yeah, I guess that bit of a bed rest that I did at the end of the last thoughts video I did was really, was pretty much exactly what I need at this point, because yeah, I was really late getting that said video done pretty much around the same time I was watching that said movie for sure, but hey, thankfully I'm not that way for sure, and I guess for today's thoughts video right but now, I did hint on having pretty much quite a few thoughts videos back, and well, the movie's finally out right but now, and I couldn't help but feel really excited to finally see this movie, and of course I have got back from seeing this one all the way, and I am fully ready to officially talk about it for all of you guys and give out my initial thoughts on it. So yeah, that's pretty much what I can say on that. Alright. So yeah, I guess right about now, I think seeing of how we did actually take some time off from of course last week seeing a movie in theaters, and I took the time to of course see a couple movies on streaming services, and the latest trailer for Spider-Man No Way Home looks like I'm back to seeing movies on the big screen once again, just to help balance things out a whole lot. Once again, thanks to the kind people at Crown City Cinemas for helping me out with exactly that, and yeah, what can I say about it? They're always incredible with what they're doing, and yeah, I've actually relied more on them as opposed to Regal Cinemas this time, which actually makes sense, because yeah, they actually deserve a whole lot more recognition, pretty much since I've mentioned them several times in my thoughts videos, and even my video that I did several months ago for sure. So yeah, and I guess for today's movie that I'm gonna be talking about, it's no exception to the right about now. So yeah, I guess it's what I can say on that. So yeah, I guess for today's thoughts video right about now, I did build this up for quite a long time now, and not to mention, this is actually one movie that I did mention in both of my top 10 lists I did on some movies that I am excited to see in both 2020 and 2021. So yeah, I've been building this up for quite some time now, and yeah, my hype for, of course, this movie has never died down for sure, despite massive setbacks right by now, and well, after quite a long time of waiting, it's finally out, and I couldn't help but feel really happy that it's finally out after quite some time now, and excuse me, so yeah. And let's not forget to mention, I have been waiting to review this movie for a long time now, so yeah, and I guess if you couldn't recall when I actually mentioned that in the past few thoughts videos that I did, for those who have been literally living under a rock right but now, today's thoughts video right but now is of course on the recent movie that actually came out based on a really recognizable movie series that is really well known in pop culture, where of course it's devoted to of course just a bunch of guys trying to, you know, bust pretty much anything supernatural for sure. So yeah, I guess it's pretty clear on what exactly I'm talking about based on that hint right about now. But for those who don't, today's thoughts video right about now, we're gonna be talking about the latest movie that had that finally just came out right about now, which is none other than Ghostbusters Afterlife. So yeah, it's been a long time for, of course, this movie to finally come out, and thankfully, the movie is officially out after after a couple of years since after pretty much since after being delayed constantly, and yeah, I have the privilege to finally go see it right about now, and, well, here I am talking about it right about now, so yeah, it's pretty much what I can say on that. Alright, so yeah, now that I've got the introduction out of the way, before I can get right on to talking about this movie, I guess it's pretty clear that I should talk about, well, Ghostbusters in general. So yeah, I guess there's no doubt in my mind that out of everything, I mean, everything related to pop culture and stuff, Ghostbusters is definitely one of those movies for sure that really deserves to be on the title as pretty much being associated with anything related to pop culture for sure, and it's actually for a really good reason for sure, because yeah, the original Ghostbusters movie back in 1984 is of course really recognizable and truly a classic nevertheless, and even I myself would actually fully admit that it's that great of a movie. Yeah, it's childish, but really inventive, stupid, but hilarious at the same time, so yeah, I guess if anything, the original Ghostbusters is of course a really great film all the way, and I couldn't help but fully enjoy it for what it is, and of course, the second film, Ghostbusters 2, which came out 5 years later, I will admit, I did have a strong appreciation for it, but I know for sure it's nowhere near as good as the first movie nevertheless, so yeah, not a good film by all means, but I still actually appreciate it for what it's actually trying to do for sure, and yeah, it's what I can say on that, and let's not forget to mention the all-female Ghostbusters reboot that dated all the way back from 2016, and I guess for those who actually don't know, if you're new to this channel, pretty much when I actually first started doing these thoughts videos, kind of more of a experimental side of things before I would do them officially fully, pretty much the very first one I did is, of course, on the 2016 Ghostbusters reboot for sure, and yeah, I will admit that that video did not age very well, but it was a good experimental phase for me for sure, just to kick things off right about and how, and for those who are wondering, I actually thought the 2016 Ghostbusters reboot was okay. I mean, it's not great, it's not awful, it's just okay. Although I am gonna state my most unpopular opinion is that I don't think the reboot actually deserves that much backlash around the time it came out. So yeah, there's my unpopular opinion, so go ahead and send all of your angry emails to me all you want. I know I would be expecting them based on what I actually said, but that's what I can say right about now. So yeah, whatever I actually say about all these movies, I actually do fully agree that Ghostbusters is, of course, a really recognizable, pretty much a recognizable movie series, and really deserves to be associated with everything related to pop culture for sure, and really think about it for sure. There's like tons of cosplayers out there at conventions and stuff, and there's even merchandising stuff related to Ghostbusters, and not to mention TV shows and cartoon series altogether, and for those who are wondering, no, I never saw the real Ghostbusters around the time it came out, though I guess upon hearing good things about it, I am actually thinking about watching the show if I ever get the chance right by now, but only time will tell, and yeah, even I myself have been associated with, of course, Ghostbusters for quite some time now. It's that great, and of course, let's not forget to mention, I think I do recall back a couple of years ago when I went to Salt City Comic-Con back in 2019, to which, yeah, I'll probably link pretty much on my convention vlog on that said Kong with a card on the top right screen. Yeah, there it is. So yeah, definitely go check it out if you want to see it for yourself. But yeah, pretty much going back on topic, when I went to Salt City Comic-Con back in 2019, I had the privilege to officially meet one of the actors that was involved in, of course, the original Ghostbusters. In the original Ghostbusters, which was, of course, Ernie Hudson, who of course played Winston in the original Ghostbusters. And in fact, believe it or not, I still have his autograph portrait that I got from him at that said convention. That he was actually really kind to sign for me, which you can actually see. It's of course him in his Winston attire, which is actually really nice. And of course, what he actually signed for me says, Ben, who are you gonna call? Ernie Hudson. So yeah, I guess it's actually great that I still held on to, of course, this autographed portrait of Ernie Hudson as Winston from Ghostbusters after a couple of years now. That actually still remains as one of my great treasures for sure. So yeah, I guess you can clearly see why. So yeah, I guess there's no doubt in my mind that I do have a really strong love for, of course, Ghostbusters for sure. So when I actually heard the news that they're going to be making a new one, that's of course part of course the first two movies, just mainly the originals, not the reboot from 2016, just the originals, nothing much else. I actually got really excited to see on what they're going to do for, of course, this one, and it did pique my curiosity a whole lot, and yeah, quite literally for 2 years now, I have been really excited to see this new Ghostbusters movie for quite some time now, and I do mean 2 years now because yeah, a lot like all the other movies that I've seen throughout 2021, this one is, of course, one of the main victims from being delayed constantly due to COVID, for sure. So yeah, quite literally for well over 2 years now, since after I heard the news about the new Ghostbusters movie, I've been waiting constantly for the movie to come out to actually see on if it'll be as good as the original, or maybe not, but we shall wait and see. So yeah, and of course, like I said, the movie is finally out after numerous delays right about now, and thankfully I did come out of seeing pretty much the previous Ghostbusters movies to get myself fully prepared for it, and yeah, I did literally rewatch all pretty much all of the first three movies all the way. So yeah, mainly the first two movies, including the reboot, for sure. Yeah, I was actually, that was enough to get me fully prepared for, of course, this movie right about now. And, well, now that I've finally got back from, of course, seeing it, what do I think of this movie overall? Well, I'm not gonna lie. You know of how I stated in my Clifford the Big Red Dog review that despite the mixed reviews that it's actually getting, I thought it was actually a really bad flick? Well, just think of pretty much on what I thought about the new Ghostbusters movie. It's pretty similar to what I said about the Clifford movie, but it's the exact opposite. So yeah, I guess there's no doubt in my mind that, yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I actually like the new Ghostbusters movie. Yeah, I mean, okay, it's not pitch perfect or nearly as great as the original, but for what it is, I actually really do like it for what it is. It's not pitch perfect by all means, but I actually do think it's actually a pretty good movie. So yeah, it's pretty much what I can say on that. Alright, so now that I've got the short version out of the way, I might as well go ahead and talk about everything that I need to talk about. First of all is, of course, the story for, of course, this movie, and yeah, what can I say about it? I think the story for, of course, this movie, in my opinion, I think think it's actually a really well structured out story for sure. I think with, of course, everything I'm actually seeing for sure, I think he actually really does a fine job, and of course standing out well as a solo movie, but also mixing up a bit while of course having a setting, of course, the original movies, which is what I want for, of course, a new Ghostbusters movie. I do want it to try to do something new and inventive while staying true to, of course, the original, which is actually what I actually got in, of course, this movie. And for that, it's not really a great story by all means, but I do think it's actually a pretty good one that they've actually put together. So, and not only that, I also find the writing for, of course, this movie, again, not perfect, but still pretty well crafted nevertheless. Like, of course, pretty much every single scene that I've actually seen, every bits of dialogue, they're actually written out quite well, and actually does take its time for what it has to do before we can get right on to the big stuff. And not only that, the comedy and the jokes, for sure, I will strangely admit, some of them I actually do get a good snicker at, while the rest, I actually did get a good laugh, for sure. I mean, it's not laugh out loud funny, you know, something like, No, I think the bits of laughing I actually got was, yeah, probably more on that front right about now, So yeah, and of course, let's not forget to mention in terms of taking its time to get to the big stuff, pretty much alongside the comedy, I also really do admire some of the decent scares that, of course, this movie has, of course, given to us. I mean, it's no big surprise, seeing of how we know the original Ghostbusters does rely on, of course, laughs and scares at the same time, and thankfully, this pretty much this newest one actually did find a good balance for what it has to do. Sure, it may sway back and forth a little, like a little seesaw, but it's still a good balance nevertheless. So yeah, I guess that's what I can say on that. Pretty much the story is pretty much well structured out. The writing is actually pretty good, and of course the comedy and the jokes are done pretty good, and even provide some decent scares for sure. So yeah, it's pretty much what I can say on the first four. Well, I guess that'll do it for exactly that. Alright, so now that I've actually got those out of the way, I guess I might as well go ahead and talk about the next thing I need to talk about, which is, of course, the characters, and yeah, I guess to me, I actually think the characters in, of course, this movie, I actually think they are pretty likable and interesting. Pretty much both the old characters that we all know and love, and even the new characters right about now. I actually do find it to, of course, again, a really good balance, and of course, like I said, they are likable and interesting. I actually do root for all these characters all the way, and even understand the massive struggles that they're going for, that they're going through, and how they're going to overcome them. It's pretty much similar on the lines of course, both the old and the new characters featured in the recent Star Wars trilogy that happened years ago, and yeah, that was long before Mandalorian ran about now, but yeah, I think it's a good way to actually say it for sure. So yeah, I think, I guess if anything, both the old and the new characters, and of course this movie, they really are likable and interesting. I really do admire them all the way. So yeah, and plus not only that, I can also say the same thing for all the actors in, of course, this movie. They actually gave out some pretty good performances, in my opinion, and I think they really nailed it for sure with, of course, every single one of them. Like, of course, yeah, I think seeing how I did mention Ernie Hudson, of course, from, of course, earlier, I think it's actually really quite nice to not only have him back, but also Bill Murray, Dan Aykroyd, Sigourney Weaver, and Annie Potts for, of course, this movie, and each and every single character I've actually seen pretty much in the similar to in the past movies, they're still the likable characters that I do recognize for sure, and yeah, I think it's actually really well done for sure, and I really do admire the way they've actually turned out. And let's not forget to mention all the new, pretty much the actors for the new characters, I have to say. I actually do say the same thing. Like, of course, I really do admire the clever performance that Finn Wolfhard has, of course, given, though, yeah, I think pretty much based on what I'm seeing, since I know for the fact that he was on Stranger Things, pretty much, which I actually heard good things about. I guess it's I wouldn't be quite surprised if, of course, he was actually reenacting the whole Ghostbusters routine that he did on that said show. But for realsies, this time for, of course, this movie. And let's not forget to mention, I really do admire that they brought on Paul Rudd for, of course, this movie. This guy actually is a really good actor, and he actually does give a pretty good performance in what he's actually pulled off for sure. So yeah, I guess it's the best way I can actually describe it. So yeah, both the characters are likable and interesting, and the actors actually gave out some really good performances in my opinion. So yeah, it's pretty much what I can say on that. Alright, so now that I've got those two out of the way, what else is there for me to talk about? Well, quite a whole lot, actually. Pretty much, first of all, I should mention this film is, of course, directed by, of course, Ivan Reitman's son, Jason Reitman, who you may remember is also directed some other good comedies that he has done, like, of course, Juno and Thank You for Smoking, and plenty of others that I can list at the top of my head. And with what I'm seeing for, of course, this movie right about now, he actually really gave out some really good directing, of course, this movie. So yeah, I guess there's no doubt in my mind that Jason Reitman has, of course, given out a really good performance. Yeah, not a good performance, but really good directing in, of course, this movie. I think it's pretty clear that, of course, he picked up everything from what his dad learned when, of course, he did the original Ghostbusters, and thankfully it is brought in massively well for, of course, this new movie. So yeah, I guess if anything, pretty much the direction, of course, this movie by Jason Reitman is done pretty good. So yeah, and of course, let's not forget to mention the visuals and the effects in this movie. I will have to strangely admit, I guess I really do admire the visuals and the effects in this movie. Pretty much all it is for sure is, of course, pretty much taking the effects and, of course, the original movie, but also give it a fresh new coat of paint right about now. There was never any moments where, of course, it's way too rubbery and pretty much rely on too much CGI and stuff. No, they actually find a really good balance with, of course, the effects, but of course, actually make it actually look really, really good for sure. So yeah, like I said, it's pretty much the effects from, of course, the original Ghostbusters movie, but actually giving a fresh new coat of paint to still make it nice and relevant to the modern day era for sure. So yeah, it's pretty much what I can say for, of course, that front, and of course, pretty much the cinematography is, of course, done really well with some really great camera shots. The music is, of course, yeah, pretty much, like I said, found a really good balance of course, both pretty much the old music from the original, and of course some new music that they brought in for, of course, this movie. So yeah, again, a really good balance for sure, and they really nailed it on the hag. And of course, the film is, of course, cut up perfectly with some really great editing all the way. So yeah, and of course, yeah, and what else can I say about it? It's pretty much what I would expect. It actually does a fine job of course, standing out well as a solo movie, but also still capture everything on what is good about the original Ghostbusters for sure. So yeah, I guess with all those, I have to say, I actually really do like this movie. So yeah, it's pretty much what I can say on that. I guess with everything I have to say, that's actually how much I really like this movie. Though I will have to admit, if there's actually one problem I actually have with, of course, this movie is that, despite everything I actually say about pretty much almost everything I actually like about this movie, I do kind of feel that, of course, for the pretty much the first 2/3 of course, this movie, I do kind of feel like that pretty much with what I'm seeing, it does kind of feel like I'm watching a pretty much a different movie that, yeah, with of course, yeah, that really doesn't carry the name Ghostbusters for sure, and yeah, I think I will have to say that pretty much on top of all that, I will fully agree that, of course, the massive amount of fan service, let alone pretty much some nostalgia that they actually throw into this one, I will have to say maybe I think they could have actually found a good balance for that front, but yeah, probably a little bit too much on what it has to do, but yeah, regardless of what I have to say, it still doesn't hurt on what I thought about this movie overall. If I still think it's good, it's really good for sure, So yeah, I guess it's what I can say on that. So yeah, I guess all in all, I actually really like Ghostbusters Afterlife for sure. I actually find it to be a pretty good movie for sure. So yeah, it's not pitch perfect by all means, but it actually does do a fine job, and of course capturing of course the incredible magic that the original Ghostbusters has of course given to us for sure. And for that, I think it did a fine job in what it's actually done for sure. Yeah, maybe I think it could have been done a whole lot better if of course, there's like one or two little tweaks to actually make it fantastic. But for what it is, I actually think it's actually a really good one nevertheless. So yeah, I guess it's the best way I can describe it overall. It's not a perfect movie by all means, but I think it's still worthy enough to say that busting ghosts still makes me feel really good. So yeah. If you ever got the opportunity to actually see this movie, definitely go see it for yourself. It's actually that good for sure. If you are one of those people who really love Ghostbusters, like I do for sure. So yeah, and of course, I should also mention this right, but now definitely stay until after the credits right about now, because I think you're going to be in for a real treat on, of course, what's going to be given to us at the end of the film. I won't spoil what it is, but trust me when I say that you're in, yeah, that you're going to be in for a real treat on that one end. And let's not forget to mention that this film also pays an incredible tribute to the late Harold Ramis, who of course did the first two films for sure. So yeah, that was actually a really nice touch they did, and it is actually done really great for sure. So yeah, definitely take those pointers for what it is, and definitely go see this movie for yourself. And for that, for my final score right about now, I'm of course going to give Ghostbusters Afterlife a really solid 7 out of 10. Like I said, it's not pitch perfect by all means, nor even a great film all the way, but I still think it's actually a really good movie nevertheless, and like I said, it's still worthy enough to say that busting ghosts still makes me feel good. So yeah, whatever the case may be, definitely see this movie for yourself. I think you're going to be in for a really good time nevertheless, and I am glad to see it for what it is, and I had a really good time with it for sure. So yeah, I think it's the best way I can describe it. Yeah, really like this movie all the way, and I couldn't help but fully recommend it for sure. Alright. Alright, so I guess on that thought, that'll pretty much do it. Thank you guys so much for watching this this latest thoughts video, and let me know in the comment section below if you have seen Ghostbusters Afterlife and what you thought about it, as well as, of course, leaving me constructive criticism and or advice on how I can improve my videos in the near future. And of course, as always, feel free to send me an email if you want to ask me any questions, or if you just want to book me for a con or event that'll be coming up sometime in the near future. Follow me on my social media sites like Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and plenty of other social media sites that I have provided. All the links to them are down in the description box below. And of course, if you want to show your support for me and see sneak peeks to some videos that I got coming up, as well as some other awesome rewards that will help fit into your budget, then go ahead and support me on Patreon to do exactly that. And of course, if you enjoyed today's video, then give it a massive thumbs up, as it really does help this channel out. And speaking of my channel, feel free to subscribe and turn on the notification bell and select all notifications, so that way you'll be notified once I upload a brand new video. So yeah, that'll pretty much do exactly that. Thank you guys so much for watching this latest thoughts video, and phew! Man, it feels great to finally talk about this movie after a couple of years of waiting so long, but hey, it's now officially off my chest, and I can now finally put it to rest right about now. So yeah, I guess it's the best way I can describe it right about now. So yeah. And of course, I'm really excited to see what I'm going to be talking about next in my next thoughts video right about now, but I won't tell you what it is. You'll just have to pretty much tune into the next thoughts video to see for yourself. But I guess until then, I gotta get myself fully ready for Thanksgiving coming up. And let's not forget to mention, I still need to finish up my Christmas shopping before next month rolls around. So yeah, I gotta do exactly that. So yeah, I guess until the next thoughts video right, but now, thank you guys so much for watching, and as always, I'll see you in the next video. Take care.